Yo, what's up, everybody? Come on in. Y'all know what it is. This is.
TaijhTV.
Sorry for being late. I didn't know if I wanted to do a show, honestly. And honestly, the show might be shorter than most. My interest lately has not been one of buffoonery, of dumb shit. I'm not feeling the dumb shit lately, and there's plenty of it. There's plenty of dumb shit. I was going to first talk about a girl getting bucked down for slapping a bottle on a car. Then I was going to talk about Antonio Brown. Yeah. It just seems irrelevant at this moment in time in history from what I feel, from what I truly feel. But I am going to talk about the new financial system. I'm not going to break everything down, but I am going to talk about Basel III and the activation of Basel III that was activated this month. Basel III is a system, a new system for banks all around the world and holding gold. We will talk about it and the warning signs that were there and what possibly you should do with your finances. Because I feel like the government, not just our government, but governments around the world, I feel like the governments are going to crash this system on purpose to implement the new financial system. I really feel that. I think honestly, we see it every day. So we are going to just talk about that and feel free to engage with me in the comments about it. I mean, I'm not the most educated on there or on the subject, but I do believe that it's happening right now as I speak. Before we start though, we're going to play a song from Fuelo. The song is called Cheat Code. And yeah, let's get to it. This is Fuelo, Cheat Code.
Another Mike D exclusive.
Ambition to the league is that season, ho. These kicks exclusive shit they never seen before. Do the most to break that hoe, she gon' leave you, bro. Guess they never learned the game, they try to cheat the code. Cheat the code. Guess they never learned the game, they try to cheat the code. Cheat the code. Guess they never learned the game, they try to cheat the code. Going hard on my way up, twisting up Jamaica. Bad little bitty in your city with that wake up. I'ma floss, get my cake up. Don't be no fucking hater. Cause niggas like you straight, bitch, wear your makeup. It's enough to go round. Pull up, then I show out. Money is the motive, you ain't know, then bitch, you know now. This that shit I live for. This that shit they vibe to. Work hard, now I get more. I just hope you strive to. I'm gon' shake the game up. Some gon' say I changed up. They gon' claim they day ones. Then later they gon' hate us. Thinking they gon' play us. Nigga, step your game up. Ballin' in some new shit. Nigga, can you blame us? Ambition to the league is that season, ho. These kicks exclusive shit they never seen before. Do the most to break that hoe, she gon' leave you, bro. Guess they never learned the game, they try to cheat the code. Cheat the code. Guess they never learned the game, they try to cheat the code. Cheat the code. Guess they never learned the game, they try to cheat the code. My shit fresh as linen, water with some lemon. I keep my shit solid from beginning to the ending. Nigga ain't no kidding. I'ma push my different. Catch me in the meeting talking deals with the percentage. Y'all ain't coming close though. Winning, that's my mojo. Like a freak with no clothes, cuffing is a no-go. Y'all boys just some bozos, fucking up the bro code. Color show eventually, as if you didn't know so. I ride to that smooth shit. Nike's color cool with. A man without a hustle sounds so fucking foolish. I don't want your advice. Can't tell me how to back mine if you ain't never did it with consistency to act right. Ambition to the league, it's that season, ho. These kicks exclusive shit they never seen before. Do the most to break that hole, she gon' leave you, bro. Guess they never learned the game, they try to cheat the code. Cheat the code. Guess they never learned the game, they try to cheat the code. Guess they never learned the game, they try to cheat the code.
Yeah. Fuelo. Cheat the code. All right, we're going to get into it. I don't do this often about talking or dedicating a whole show on the new financial system. I'm not going to call it the Great Reset or Nasera, Gusera. I'm not going to label it as that because I just don't know. All I'm going to do is show you a glimpse at everything that I've noticed. And I've noticed more. I just didn't want to pack everything in to one show. I wanted to talk about what I felt was relevant, and what was relevant was Basel III that was implemented this month. Central banks are using that system starting this month. Terrence, what up, bro? What up, famo? Let's get to it. Donald Trump, when he took office, Donald Trump loved gold. He loved gold, and he realized the devaluing of the American dollar. The American dollar is devaluing so much that the citizens, me, you, all of us alike, are depending on cryptocurrencies to save the day. Many of us think Bitcoin is what's going to get us there. It's not. It's not. First of all, no one knows who created the Bitcoin. You're going to put trillions and trillions. Matter of fact, you're going to put a whole system, a world system, financial system on Bitcoin. It'd never happen. The system is outdated. It can't be regulated. They can't spy on you with Bitcoin. There's no fucking way that the elites around the world, the banking cartel, will allow Bitcoin to flourish in that manner. But there are other crypto projects that they have and that they will implement with the gold standard. I'm going to call it the gold standard because that's exactly what it is. But on the screen, I'm going to share with you Donald Trump. And this is what initially caught my eye to the whole devaluing of the American dollar, when you have a president who clearly states that the American dollar is valuing. Let's go to it. My computer's running a little slow. Just bear with me. I don't know. It's not allowing me to go in there. Computer just froze the fuck up. Like, legitly, everything just froze up. I don't even know if I'm live right now. Hold on. Let's see if I'm live. Okay. I think I'm live still.
Foreign exchange policies which are not.
Okay, there we go. We're going to share the screen. Listen to the question, and we'll rock. Let's go.
The good for the United States. Do you think that eventually it will change in the future?
I had a very, very good conversation, as most of you know, yesterday with the president of China. It was a very, very warm conversation. I think we are on the process of getting along very well, and I think that will also be very much of a benefit to Japan. So we had a very, very good talk last night and discussed a lot of subject. It was a long talk, and we are working on that as we speak. We have conversations with various representatives of China. I believe that that will all work out very well for everybody, China, Japan, the United States, and everybody in the region. As far as the currency devaluations, I've been complaining about that for a long time. And I believe that we will all eventually, and probably very much sooner than a lot of people understand or think, we will be all at a level playing field. Because
now, if you're in the crypto community, the whole level playing field is nothing new to you. You've heard this plenty of times. Pro-Trumpers say that's Trump doing Nasara. Anti-Trumpers will say that's just the new world order. That's the one world government, yada, yada, yada. I think it lies in between. I'm going to call it the gold standard. And I'll get to why I'm going to call it that. Acting up right now. Everything is moving slow. I'm going to have to edit the fuck out of this video. That's for sure. All right. Yeah. That was late as fuck. I pressed that button like 10 seconds ago.
because that's the only way it's fair. That's the only way that you can fairly compete in trade.
Okay, let's get out of that. And let's go to a man who's going to tell you about why gold is important and who's buying it. Let's get to it.
Now, recently, a lot of the central banks in the world have been buying gold. In fact, they've been buying more gold now in the last 12 months than probably any time. The Russians.
Each central bank has a little bit of their own narrative. The Russians obviously are afraid that dependency on the US dollar could make them vulnerable. The Chinese are also buying lots of gold. But interestingly enough, so too are the Indians and a number of other countries. Essentially, what you see by the absence
Countries that are heavily populated, the countries that represent the world, honestly. When you think of the world, you think of Earth, you think of China, Russia, and America. India is climbing up there. India is climbing up there because their population is so fucking big. But why are the main stage nations buying gold? Why?
of central banks selling of gold and the purchase by particularly Eastern countries of gold is an understanding that most of what are counted as reserves in these central banks are really ephemeral. Most central bankers want to weaken their currencies, and that usually means printing, figuratively.
Now, this is why I say that they are purposely crashing the world's economy. They have to bring in this new financial system, and they have to eliminate the old financial system. You don't see central banks buying gold in the amounts that they have been buying gold in the last 10 fucking years for no reason. You don't see that. You don't see Russia and China breaking off of the American dollar, which is the world's reserve currency. You just don't see that every day. There's reasons behind everything. Remember what Trump just said. Remember what he just said. Level playing field, not just for America. See, a lot of pro-Trumpers out there. Oh, Nasara, he's talking about us against the left. Against the tyranny of the left. No, Trump is talking about the world. And how the level playing field needs to occur so that way everything is fair. Everything is resetted to a point. Trade, he specifically mentioned trade, which he Straight said America would be fine. The goal of the elite banking cartel is to start this fucking show over. I think I read a report that said a currency only lasts up to like 50 fucking years. Well, we've had the reserve currency well over that 50 years. So it is time. It is time to move on to a new reserve currency. Now, I know we're talking gold here. I know we're talking gold. Gold's not just it. This is 2022. This is the age of digitalization. Hope I said that right. This is the age of technology, fintech. Gold is too heavy, too much space, too expensive to just move around willy-nilly like that. That's one of the reasons why we got off the gold standard in Nixon's day when he abolished the gold standard, when he abolished the dollar being backed by gold. It's just too heavy. And another reason, back then in the 70s under Nixon, we didn't have enough gold to satisfy their liquidation process, what they wanted to do. The government wanted to print. We needed paper money, monopoly money, funny money, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And with a gold-backed currency, it wouldn't enable us to do such. But now we have technology. Now we have cryptocurrencies. I harp on cryptos because they're a big fucking deal. This is just not a for fun subject. The market right now, the cryptocurrency market, is very speculative. It means pretty much nothing right now. That's why I don't watch charts. That's why I don't read into the bullshit. This is why I'm not a Bitcoin maxi. I'm not out there preaching that Bitcoin is going to be the next reserve currency, because it's not. It'll never be the fucking world reserve currency. Store value, maybe. Maybe rich motherfuckers want to put their money into it and just let it hold there. Maybe they could yield Bitcoin. I don't know. I don't fuck with Bitcoin. I damn sure don't fuck with Ethereum. But there are cryptocurrencies that have developed relationships with banks, with countries, helping them build their central the CBDCs, the digital bank currencies. This shit is happening, and it's happening for real. Wake the fuck up and get out of La La Land. This shit is real. The main world powers are buying up gold to back these digital assets with that gold, so that way they can move the gold easier. I've already talked about ISO 20022, the messaging system, the new messaging system. I've already talked about it. Basel III is just it's an add-on to the ISO. There's been major updates in finance and cross-border payments and liquidation in the last 3 years that will blow your fucking mind if you really looked into it. But you won't look into it because you're so entrapped into COVID. New Titan, great show, my brother, and always amazing topics. I'm a fan. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, player. Thank you. I appreciate you, New Titan. Let me get off of this page of the banker who's telling you that banks are buying gold. It's happening. Donald Trump, there's going to be a level playing field. It's happening. Now, what I'm going to play a little snippet of is Forbes. If you are involved in stocks and just knowing about money, you follow Forbes. You follow Business Insider, the Squawk Box, a variety of outlets you follow. Forbes is one of them. I'm going to play what he has to say about gold.
A new gold standard for the dollar? It's coming, and when it does, it'll be good news for your cost of living and a more prosperous economy.
Steve Forbes is telling you, it's coming. The gold standard is coming. I'm going to say it's here. Basel III was implemented and activated in January of 2022. It's here. Now, it's not what it was in years past, and nor will it be. This will be fintech led, not necessarily gold led. This is going to be fintech led. This is going to be digitalized. Everything will move digitally. This is why Bitcoin can't handle it. This is why Ethereum, which just the fucking founder of Ethereum just a couple days ago said Ethereum's not going to be ready for 6 more years. Ethereum 2.0. It can't be Bitcoin or Ethereum. But yet you guys listen to, and when I say you guys, not all of you, but the sheep listen to these fucking rich entrepreneurs who are already rich talk about buy Bitcoin, buy Ethereum, buy Bitcoin, buy Ethereum, NFT off Ethereum, and all this bullshit off Ethereum. Ethereum's Web 3.0. If you ask Elon Musk and Jack Dorsey what Web 3.0 is, they won't say Ethereum. They won't. Now, they're Bitcoin maxis, yes, but they won't say Ethereum. But many of us retail investors, we stuff in our bags with Ethereum, just stuffing the fucking bags away. Ethereum is shit. It's trash. They held a goddamn initial coin offering, an ICO, and they should be held accountable with the SEC. But I'm not going to get into that. That's another fucking discussion. But this is why Bitcoin and Ethereum will soon be irrelevant. If you know who Dan Pena is, maybe if you don't, YouTube Dan Pena and what he has to say about Bitcoin. It's not pleasant. What's his name? Peter Schiff? Listen to Peter Schiff just today on Twitter and what he said about Bitcoin. It's not pleasant. Bitcoin is speculative. People get rich off of the retail investor. These rich fuckers this is the greatest Ponzi scheme known to fucking man. Bitcoin crashing to fucking zero is what's going to drive regulations in crypto, which is going to fucking drive a whole bunch of people to lose their life savings. If you ask me, my opinion. Let's listen to a little bit of Steve Forbes and what he has to say.
I'm Steve Forbes, and this is What's Ahead, where you get the insights you need to help navigate this turbulent world. The dollar and the rising price of gold not is this year, but they will be by the next election in 2024. The result will be something that sounds utterly astonishing today, and that is a serious discussion about a new gold standard for the U.S.
This is manipulation. Steve Forbes is a part of the elite. His family is a part of the elite. This shit is not going to make it to 2024. It's not going to make it until 2024. This shit is implemented this year. And then in 2023, ISO 2022 will be implemented fully, operational. SWIFT will have converted. This shit is happening now, not in 2024. Will it be a topic? Yes. It'll be a topic because a lot of retail, a lot of just people who have nothing to do with it, they will complain about the gold standard. They're going to be confused. They're going to see people getting rich. They're going to see the cost of living for a little bit be out of balance because there are forces fighting against this. Let's not get it fucked up. There are forces fighting against this gold standard. I will say this, it's not Trump's people. It's not. It's a fact. And I'll get to that fact in a little bit. But there are forces fighting against this. This is when I say that the war with the socialists and the capitalists is going on. This is part of it. This is the struggle. The socialist agenda does not want this because it drives capitalism. They don't want it. That's why I say that there has to be a compromise. When all this shit is said and done, there's going to be a compromise in the middle, and you're going to see everyone who doesn't want to work, they're going to be getting fucking CBDCs from the government. They're going to have 30 days to fucking spend that money, and if they don't, that money's going to disappear. You're going to see some fucking trying times. Everyone who's already on food stamps, everyone who's on Section 8, low housing, they're going to be fucking going through very socialist lifestyles. Communist lifestyles. They will have to do exactly what the government asked them to do. You want that free money? You want that GovCoin, right? You're going to have to do exactly what the government wants you to do. Now, your capitalists, people who invested in this fourth industrial revolution, and I'm going to call it how it is, the fourth industrial revolution, people who have achieved financial freedom, they won't have to do this. They'll have enough money amongst themselves, them and them families, to survive. They won't have to participate in the CBDC trials and getting that free government money and being happy, not paying rent. They're going to be happy. The World Economic Forum, Klaus, what's his name? Schwab, Klaus, whatever the fuck his name. The guy on his fucking World Economic Forum page straight said, you will own nothing and be happy. That's what's going to happen to 80% of people out here in the world. 80%. Because 80% wants to just live. They don't want to work. They don't want to struggle. They just want to live. They don't want to achieve. No, stay out of their way. They're minding their business. They don't want anything else. They just want to live. You understand where this is headed? The elites are telling us the gold back standard's here. It's here. Russia, China, America, India, Iran. Everyone's accumulating gold. But that's not all they're accumulating. Folks, wake up out there. They're accumulating bank-backed digital assets. That is the fucking way for the average Joe like me and you to really make it, to be financially free. I've already told you the ones I like. I had Mix on my show about a year ago. He told you the ones he likes. We went into great detail on why we like those. Let's continue the show. I'm going to go to two analysts talking about China, Russia, but I want you to really listen. I'm going to let it play. Now, it's not going to play the whole 5 minutes and 15 seconds, but I want you to really listen on what they have to say. First of all, they're Trump bashers. There's a reason behind that because they're not happy about this gold standard. They're not happy about it. They're part of the elites. They're part of the Democratic cabal. It's not the Satanists. It's not none of that. I don't give a fuck about none of that. The left cabal, the left mafia, they are thick in the media. They fucking run the media. That's a fact. They change narratives. Let me back up. I don't want to get emotional on this. I don't want to get emotional. But the Democratic left runs the media. They run the media. So you're going to hear this guy talk about Donald Trump very, very badly. Fuck this guy. He doesn't understand what's happening. Or he does, but he's so upset that he's biased. But I'm going to play it. Listen to what these two talk about. Listen.
China, because they're the second biggest economy in the world. But I'm looking at the list here, and there's 5 countries that are seemingly doing the same thing. The 5 countries that are, I guess, owning the most gold right now is the United States, then Italy, Germany, France, and Russia. Any pattern you see there?
Yes, again, these are what we call cautionary holdings. That is, you buy gold when it is less risky in your mind than.
He's a fucking liar. It's not cautionary. Nothing about this is cautionary. Nothing. This is standard. This is what's happening with Basel III. This is standard. Nothing about this is cautionary. See, these fucking elites give us the illusion of something else to satisfy our minds. Fuck this guy. But I'll let it continue. Just hear him out.
Holding the currencies, the major currencies of the world, the Chinese, the euro, the dollar, the yen, and so on. And what you're seeing is more and more of these governments discovering that world trade is being played with, above all by Mr. Trump, that this is causing damage, but it's not going to stop because it's good.
See how he has to emphasize damage by Mr. Trump? That's the stick in your mind. Trump is causing damage. This is what they do. This is how they entrap the sheep. Oh, did you guys see that goddamn meme of the sheep that that formed a syringe? I'm just tripping right now. But this is what they do. They trap the sheep. And this is how they do it. The power of the tongue is amazing. And you wouldn't understand until you wake up how many people really get confused out here off of what these people say.
Good politics at home for Mr. Trump. So they're taking the cautious step of beefing up their gold holdings because in a shaky world with countries shifting, gold tends to hold on to its value better than other things.
They're doing something else.
Gold is stable. That's what he's saying. Gold is stable. The US dollar, not so much. See, when you speak their language, when you understand their language, you see the bullshit that they're spewing to the audience. Gold is stable. Silver is stable. I know people get on Peter Schiff and say, oh, gold has only had a 1x in the last 10 years. Bitcoin has had a 4,800x. That just means Bitcoin's volatile. That's all that fucking means. That doesn't mean that gold is volatile. That just means it's stable. So if you can get something stable as gold onto a volatile cryptocurrency, you've done it. You've created the new financial system. We will get to it. You guys, I don't want y'all to think I'm just pulling this shit out of my ass. I'm not. That's why I'm showing you clips of these fucking guys. Continue to listen to them, though.
Which is, I think, interesting. I'm not sure I understand it, but maybe you do. Not only are they buying more gold, they're also buying something called gold-backed cryptocurrency. What's that mean?
Well, cryptocurrencies are these new kinds of currencies that are produced and issued by a variety of companies and individuals. And again, it's diversification, because sometimes you see danger not just in currencies, the usual ones issued by a government, but also in gold. Gold goes up and down.
No, gold is one of the most stable things on this fucking planet. You see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? These guys know what the fuck they're talking about. Their job is to sway you the wrong way. It's to sway you the wrong way. That's their fucking jobs. This is why he seems manic about crypto. And I love how they call it gold-backed crypto. So they let us know. Oh, they let us know. Let's get to the next slides, just so you know I ain't tweaking out here. TaijhTV ain't tweaking. I ain't tweaking. It's what I do. New Titan says, I rode with Peter since early 2000s, back when Bob Chapman was also telling people, great show. Thanks, bud. Thank you. I'm not a rich man. I'm not going to front, but I have been buying silver and gold. I've also been buying the bankers coins, New Titan. If you know the bankers coins, the ISO 20022 coins. Yes, I have been buying those. I am preparing myself. I do not save money. Let me tell you guys. Let me tell my audience. TaijhTV does not save money. Why would I save something that devalues over time? Fiat currency devalues. I put my fucking my profit, my money that I worked hard for, that monopoly money, I put that into shit that has real world use case that the world needs. That's what I do. Just heads up. But on this video, Judy Shelton, do you guys remember her? Trump wanted to appoint her as the Fed. Oh, she loves gold. And she wants the fucking currency to be backed by it. But not just gold. Listen to her. You just heard this one Trump hater talking about gold-backed currencies and how bad they are because gold is up and down. Listen to Judy Shelton and what she has to say.
You mentioned the gold standard. I think you're quite well known for your stance on the gold standard. Would returning to a gold standard help the U.S. economy? Can you talk a little about your thoughts on that?
Well, I would say I don't see it so much as returning, but more of a back to the future.
Okay.
I think that.
Did you hear? I don't see it so much as returning, more of back to the future. She explains it in great detail. Just listen to her.
What a gold standard stands for is monetary discipline for its own sake. That is, if money is supposed to be a unit of account and a reliable measure and a dependable store of value, it really shouldn't be subject to who's the chairman of the Federal Reserve. And I think that money needs to be stable and provide the foundation for productive economic growth. And when money is just a variable that financial markets toss around, or it's part of a derivatives formula, or it's part of someone speculating on currencies, it's not
Bitcoin.
serving the private sector in the sense of providing that reliable unit of account so you can make plans. And under a gold standard, you did have that stability, and I think that's what's missing. And so I like the idea of a gold standard. I mean, it could be used in a very cryptocurrency way. The point is...
Wow. Someone who was nominated for the Fed chair, who didn't obviously give a fuck about the Fed chair. Did you see her shade the Fed chair? Just the position itself? Did you see the smirk in a very cryptocurrency type of way? She knows what's happening. It's not just a plan. This thing is in motion. Rosie Rios, the former treasurer, who is now a Ripple board member, said the cryptocurrency trade has already left the station. This is no longer just an idea or thought. This is an action now. Basel III has gone active January this year. So this month. We're only 8 days into it. And if you haven't noticed, in the 8 days, they've tried to kill gold. Yes, they have. They have tried to manipulate gold. They've tried to drag it down a couple, $20, $40 an ounce. They can't do it. Gold is stabilized. Stabilized. Ask yourself, why hasn't the SEC allowed Bitcoin to be a spot? Why haven't they spotted Bitcoin? There's a spot of gold, spot silver. Why isn't there a spot Bitcoin? There's a futures Bitcoin. See, they'll allow you to gamble while they push their puppets, the entertainment industry, these characters. They'll push these characters in front of you. They'll have you say NFTs are going to be bigger than Bitcoin. And in your mind, you see a $67,000 Bitcoin. And NFT is going to be worth more than 67 grand. I got to get into that. No, they're throwing you a fucking dream that will turn into a nightmare. That's what they will throw to you. That's what is being thrown to you. But you are not understanding because you are a sheep. I'm here to wake you up. I'm here to turn you into that lion, that wolf that you crave to be, or that you might think you are. Let's let her finish, and then I'll go to the next slide.
Do you have a unified money system so that when you talk about the international marketplace, everyone is playing on a level monetary playing field?
She says it too. A level playing field. This isn't just Trump talking points. This is the elite. This is the plan for the elite. They need a balanced system. The rise of cryptocurrency is because the system was not balanced. They cannot have that again. So what they're going to do is they're going to adapt the fucking technology for their own benefit. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. And a lot of you Moneros, a lot of you Bitcoiners, a lot of you Ethereums, you Cardano heads, you're not going to like this. But the bankers' coins will win. The system has been designed and adapted for the banker coins. Am I making sense here? Am I making sense? Let's let her finish.
And it's very important to have a rules-based approach, and that's why I'm advocating that we need to look at the virtues of a gold standard and try to come up with something much closer to matching those, and then I think we would have more solid economic growth.
Spoken like a true champ. I know I told you that the show wasn't gonna last long, but I'm sorry. I'm rolling here. I'm rolling. Feel it. I'm just gonna throw on the screen some things, just to back what I'm saying. Cryptocurrency is made for liquidity. Liquidity. Before I go to cryptocurrency, let me go to Basel III. So you can. I don't want to work backwards on it. I want to work in tandem. Basel III is an international regulatory accord that introduced a set of reform designed to improve the regulation, supervision, and risk management within the banking sector. Basel III. Hold on. I need to go up here. There we go. Basel III was rolled out by the Basel Committee on Banking Supervision. Central banks from 28 countries shortly after the credit crisis of 2008. Although the voluntary implementation deadline for the new rules was originally 2015, the date has been repeatedly pushed back and currently stands at January 1st, 2022. Basel III. Let's get my screen updated. There we go. Basel III, how fintech can provide allocated gold for banks. Banking rules that were over 10 years in the making as a response to the financial crisis has finally come into effect. It's here, making a systemic shift for European banks and their dealings with gold, potentially completely altering the landscape of precious metal investment. As a consequence of the global crash in 2007 through 2009, the Basel Committee on Banking Supervision, which creates standards for banking regulations, developed what is known as Basel III. This is an internationally agreed set of measures that aim to strengthen regulation, supervision, and risk management. So when Brad Garlinghouse of XRP Ripple, when he talks about, oh, we're already regulated, I wonder if he's talking about this. I wonder if he's talking about the international banking agreement, Basel III. Essentially, it tries to ensure that banks are better equipped to withstand economic shocks by requiring them to hold more stable assets. More stable assets. I just told you gold is stable. Silver is stable. Copper is stable. Natural resources are the closest to 100% or 100% stability you're ever going to get. No fiat currency is ever going to do it. This is why China and Russia no longer accept the United States dollar, because it is not stable enough to be the world's reserve currency. They know, and they're a superpower, and we told them, damn it. The American government told them. Because we all have to be in this together for this thing to succeed. There is no right or left in this. This is happening. There are three main points to Basel III. Banks must hold increased capital. They must maintain a minimum leverage ratio above 3%. They are also faced with higher liquidity requirements. Liquidity. Under the new rules, physical gold, such as bars and coins, are being reclassified from Tier 3, the riskiest asset, to Tier 1. Which means it is now defined as a zero risk. What did I just tell y'all? Gold, silver is stable. They just reclassified gold and silver. What did I just tell y'all? Speaking of liquidity, the reason why crypto is valuable in this system is because it's liquidity. It's cross-border payment liquidity. The term liquidity is generally used in the financial markets to describe the ease by which an asset can be converted into cash without difficulty. Cash is still going to be here. The dollar, the paper money, is not going away. Me and Blake Schwartz, salute to you, Blake. You're a very intelligent mind, and I really dig it. I really dig it. But me and Blake were talking on Facebook, and he actually agrees with the whole CBDC and the fiat currency and all that. We're not going to a cashless society. No. There's always going to be cash. The reason being is because dirty laundry still needs to be washed. You think dope is just going to go away? Prostitution is just going to go away? No. No. They still need to wash their dirty laundry. And when I say they, whoever they may be, I don't know. I'm not trying to be JFK here. You feel what I'm saying? But they, the people in charge. You know what I mean? I shouldn't have said that. Liquidity is important for all tradable assets, including cryptocurrencies. Low liquidity levels means the market's volatility is present, causing spikes in cryptocurrency prices. High liquidity, on the other hand, means there is a stable market. Imagine if there was a gold-backed crypto whose market cap reached $100 trillion. That brings stability to the market. This is why Bitcoin will never have a spot. Well, at least until AI uses it, at least. But as for right now, it'll never have a spot on the exchanges. Because they need that stability to go to the gold-backed cryptos, the banking coins, the bankers' coins. That's what they need, and that's what will happen. Go back to the Basel III. I'm going to go down a little bit. Liquidity issues. Less unallocated gold is also likely to cause liquidity issues. The high cost of offering its forces many dealers out of the market, so supply drops. If you're an XRP holder, you've heard of drops, right? It's 1 million drops, right? The focus of gold trading then shifts to allocated gold, which could result in increased demand that squeezes liquidity and potentially sends gold prices soaring in value. After all, there is only a finite amount of gold around the globe. With EU regulation forcing banks to offer better and fairer access to gold investment, the emphasis on investing moves toward physical ownership of the precious metal instead of exposure to its prices. We're not pulling the Nixon. We're not pulling the Roosevelt. FDR, I believe. Or actually, Theodore Roosevelt. Is it Theodore? The little fucker with the mustache that they said used to fight bears and shit. We're not pulling that, Roosevelt. We want people to own physical gold. The new system is gold, the gold standard. Not the Great Reset, not Nasera, but the gold standard. I should say the gold crypto standard. But if you ask yourself, well, where is it at? I'm not seeing anything of it. Well, this government, the Biden administration, does not want us to have gold. Biden was around during Nixon, wasn't he? He's been in politics for that long. I'm sure of it. Biden is what you call the swamp. He's the fucking swamp. And Joe Biden needs to go. But that's another fucking story. He's our president. We're going to rock with him as our president. All that patriot shit, you know. I'm not one to say, he's not my president. No, he's the president as of right now. But he does not, and his administration does not want this to happen. So what did they do? This is what they did. Verizon, AT&T delay rollout of 5G. 5G plays a vital part. This is why the whole is very important. Like 2 weeks after request from DOT Secretary Buttigieg. This was January 4th. That's 4 days ago. The Basel III was only 4 days old. You see how these dates coincide with each other? Nothing is a coincidence. Nothing is a coincidence, people. AT&T and Verizon said Monday they will delay activating new 5G wireless service for 2 weeks following a request by Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, who cited the airline industry's concern that their service could interfere with systems on planes. We knew about 5G 3-4 years ago. If we knew about it 3-4 years ago, don't that mean that they knew about it before that? They had all this time to equip with planes and command centers with new technology or compatible technology, and yet they did not. So Pete Buttigieg says. I don't believe him. I believe he's a fucking liar and he's stalling. Joe Biden's stalling. They don't want this to happen, but as the Mandalorian says, this is the way. This is the way. There's no stopping what's happening, people. There's no stopping at all what is going to happen. I've already told you guys I believe in divine destiny. I've already told you that. This is our destiny. Adapt to your environment. That's a natural response, a natural human response, humanoid response, I guess you would say. Adapt to your environment, prepare for the changeover. Because, like the XRP community or the XLM community or the Bitcoin community or whatever community, they all say it's going to happen overnight. And with that being said, I thank you for joining me on TaijhTV today. I did not expect this to go 50 minutes. I thought this was going to be 15 minutes. But I get the rambling, I get the talking. Everyone, share this video if you're watching. Share. Let everyone know that TaijhTV is here. This is what I do. It's what I like doing. Thank you, and I appreciate you. And I'll catch you guys Tuesday for Trash Bag Tuesday. Thank you. Adios.